did for last game, I think we can jump right on into game number 7.
Well, I think that everybody still knows who Kirk is fresh on the mind. If not, then he can reintroduce himself into the chat. But before we jump into this last game, I do want to give a shout out once again to MythLogic, our benevolent sponsors who are making this league possible this year. They're giving up some cash prizes to the winners of the Masters Grandmasters League. Actually, all the leagues this year have cash prizing, so that's amazing. So check them out at MythLogic. Check out their rigs. They are great. You will definitely enjoy what you get. And shout out to them on Twitter. Let them know that you're grateful for their support of esports and that you enjoyed the show tonight.
Absolutely. And on that token, to give you a little bit of a prompt, go out to Twitter and send a tweet to @WingNetSC, @Galligation, @SC2CTL, and @MythLogic, all 4 of them. And let us know if you're a first-time viewer, if you're a seasoned veteran, and one thing you liked or did not like about the show. Feedback is how we craft this show. It is episode 1 of this season, so we have a long road to travel, and we want to make it as enjoyable as possible. So do us a favor and hit that out there as we jump on into game number 7, Elfin. In the lower right-hand corner of Galaxy Blood Mist, it is going to be the Terran with the orange plating all over his building, representing Armata Gaming with a T. It is Instinct.
And in the top left-hand corner, taking a very quick game against his previous opponent, representing GG Kids, it is Kirk.
Yes, indeed. A shout out to SC2 Weekly. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining us here in chat, being new. We love the new people as well as the old. Also, let us know how you found out about SC2CTL. We want to promote the league in as many ways as possible. And we'd also like to know what ways are effective, if it was just Team Liquid or Reddit or whatnot. We appreciate that. This is going to be a ZVT. First of the season, first of the day, first of the week.
First of the season.
Yep, I covered that one.
Oh, well, we had a ZVT earlier, didn't we?
Troy is saying this map is so incredibly OP for Terran and TVZ, so we will see.
I can just imagine him like wringing his hands, like you know. Just
you can't tell Troy plays Terran,
and just like giggling to himself. You know.
Yes, indeed. This is one of the, I would say, smaller, even though it's not the smallest map of the pool. But there are some pretty large maps in the pool, so that definitely plays a factor as well in some of the builds. But Kirk last game going for the quick pool and quick gas to get that speed down. Looks like he's doing a very similar thing this game. Supply depot and barracks out of Instinct coming down as the Overlords trundle their way across the map to do their best to contribute to the cause of the Zerg. Aside from just providing slots for living things.
So I do want to remind our folks who are actually playing in the tournament this time to try and limit the OBS chat. We've been getting a little bit of that in the replays that we've got tonight. Obviously, that's not ideal, but you know, the show must go on, as they say.
And on that breath as well, also for teams and players that are participating, as we mentioned previously in game 1 or 2, this is the SC2CTL, which stands for Community Team League, so we want to embrace the community aspect of that as much as well. So as we are picking our matches to cast, we're interested in doing some live matches. So if you have a match that works out on a Tuesday or Thursday, do feel free to contact us. As well, we always send out contact requests for our matches that we cast to get some info on the teams, on the players, to introduce them to the community of watchers out there. Oh, looks like there's a Reaper in. Couple drones head up to the top to derp around a little bit, but we do want to do our best to introduce players and teams to the community, as was very, very evident last season. We saw a lot of big names come out of the woodwork.
Mm-hmm. So second Reaper is joining up with the first now from Instinct. He is moving into the natural base now. He's not going to find anything there. So he's going to wrap around and get a few pot shots off, jump up, but the Queen is right there ready to meet him. But these Reapers, man, if you micro them right, they can last a long time against these Queens.
Yeah, absolutely, especially since they can heal themselves.
That's right, and Instinct being cautious, getting them out of there just in time, get some healing done before moving back in.
Well, it looks like both players are going to be kind of on a similar vein here. 2 bases out of each.
And this is kind of an interesting development. Is Kirk is getting Burrow, and this is pretty interesting. I mean, I do like that you can get it on Hatch Tech these days, but it's not often seen. You don't see a whole lot of Burrow, especially when you've only got Lings. So it'll be interesting to see kind of how he does, or what he does with this.
Looks like Clutch Wall Clutch Wall
no.
trying to go up out front, but that factory late to the party does not get down in time. Lings are able to jump up the ramp here and poke away at these Spidey Bows. There are not any units to deal with these Lings right now.
Oh no, and that was just great timing there for Kirk moving in and really exploiting an opening. Instinct kind of forced to cancel some things, and he's got to get some units out. Those 2 Marines are about to pop out. The SCVs are trying to repair.
It was a really nice hold by Instinct there, doing some good repair with those SCVs, good control to make sure none of those buildings fell as waiting for that Marine to come out. But an epic land there of that factory to block it off once again.
But overall, that was a really good play by Kirk. Was able to get a lot done, denied an expansion, and it will continue to do so by burrowing a Zergling right in the natural spot, so he's not going to be able to re-land that, and is doing it again in the third. Pretty much every expansion that his opponent can take with any shred of sanity, he has a Zergling there, so he's going to be forced to scan and kill that. That's going to be some kind of delaying. And in the meantime, Kirk's going to be able to continue to get his economy up, get the units that he wants, which are currently roaches, and push forward.
Nice little Zerg wall going up here out front to keep the Hellions at bay once they work their way into the field. A couple finishing up now. The hole can be blocked by the Queens or the Roaches, depending on which is available. Also, just want to make a quick reminder, everyone, this is game number 7 of our first casted match of SC2CTL Season 2. Feel free to interact with us. Tell us what kind of things you like to see. And also, this is 3-3 at the moment, so this is match point. Here's that burrow in action here, Gallegation. At the 6 o'clock expansion, there is a burrowed Baneling there, or burrowed Zergling blocking any future expansions.
That's right, and as the OBS chat is pointing out, there are no scans, so that's just going to be hanging out in the middle. Scan does come up finally to be able to allow that to land, but Roaches are moving forward, and Roaches are particularly good against these Hellions.
Yeah.
There's only 2 Marines there, and he's going to continue to sit at this wall, and look at that, more burrowing. Going to be able to get that regen off on those Roaches. These Roaches are going to be incredibly valuable with that burrow. Zerglings are streaming in to try and help out. There is a Banshee there that is going to be slowly destroying all this stuff, because nothing that Kirk has can shoot up, but it's going to take it a good while to get there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Kirk's going to be able to do about this. He does have a second Banshee in production. 1 Widow Mine here is going to be able to do some damage, but with this burrow, it's just, man, it's going to take him literal ages to kill all these Roaches.
Yeah, and Kirk is doing a really good job of splitting up his Roaches somewhat too, to try and keep them out of singular scan ranging, and so that he's going to be forced to continue to use a lot of scans. That Banshee is going to be forced to move around quite a bit. And once again, Kirk has the block on that natural expansion. It's just sitting in the air, burning to death. He's going to have to land it to try and repair. He's going to call down.
To be quite honest, what Kirk has going on here is really costing Instinct a lot of money and time. I mean, he's forced to bring out a Raven here where I have to think, wouldn't usually, in order to detect these units that continually burrow and unburrow and then move, as well as getting down 2 armories as well as multiple factories. So definitely going down a mech path, but it's taken him so much time to stabilize here with the multiple pokes from Kirk that have done a ton of damage.
That's right, and in the meantime, he's just continuing his economic lead, getting that 3rd base, getting it saturated, because he's just had such valuable usage of these Roaches and these Zerglings. He really hasn't made a lot of units overall. He's only lost 16 units total.
Yeah, as you were saying that, I did have that panel up right away, but it is interesting to look at that and see how relatively even it is and how far behind Instinct is right now, just because of the time and money investment he has to make to defend himself, not necessarily the damage done.
So we are seeing a switch now from Kirk into Roach Hydra as opposed to Roach Ling. He's doing a very, a very gradual progression, almost like a step ladder up from Ling to Roach to Hydra. And he's getting the upgrades necessary, so he is in a very strong position here Instinct is trying to move forward with these Banshees, but the Hydras are there, and unless he uses Cloak, which he doesn't have, he hasn't even researched it, those Banshees are going to be fairly vulnerable.
Yeah, I think with the intention of those Banshees was certainly to get Cloak, but with the timing that those popped out and Kirk pushing on that base, he probably just forgot it. But he is going to come up here and try and make a push on this base. Not going to be able to do much, but just be slightly annoying. This Queen is going to get some damage done here. But with 1-1 already on the field for Kirk and 2-2 half done, if this 2-2 is allowed to finish, which it basically would be by the time Kirk got across the map, it's going to be a gigantic advantage. But 1-1 mech, vehicle, armor, and weapons is shortly there behind, and tanks are going to be produced as well.
I think Instinct wanted to get a little bit more than he was able to done with those Banshees. He's coming back now to regroup with the rest of his army, but Kirk just has a very strong army at the moment. He's really going to have the right positioning and just kind of get lucky here, too, to be able to hold this off.
Yeah, now Kirk moving across the map. Instinct looking like he's got a much better setup now. It does have some of those Hellions out front, as well as Hellbats and the tank and Raven. So the Burrow shenanigans isn't going to be very effective now. Kirk is just kind of rallying up over here, trying to get himself positioned a bit to make a push here. But the longer he waits, the stronger Instinct's position here is going to get. These two tanks are going to do quite a bit of damage, especially now that the upgrades but upgrades shortly there behind for Kirk as well.
So they are engaging here, and the army supply for Kirk is almost double that of Instinct, so he's going to move it through here, and there it is, the GG.
GG indeed. So that is going to be 2 wins in a row for Kirk, which is going to give GG Kids a 4-3 series win
over Armata Gaming. So that is it. That's your Season 1, Episode 1 opener. We have our winners.
Yeah, and do hang around. We are going to try and get a quick interview here with an interview with the captain of GG Kids. His name is Lightning, I believe, John. So we're going to try and get that wound up here as we take a quick break. But we do want to say thank you so much for everyone joining us. As I said, don't leave yet. Stick around. But also want to give a big shout out to GG Kids and Armata Gaming, both great teams. Our first matches casted of this season. Have seen great things. I look forward to seeing them and all the other teams going forward in the future. I look forward to a great season.
And this is still only the group stage, so neither of these teams are out. Armata Gaming will be back with a vengeance. I'm sure that we'll see them again some point in the future of the season. And I'm looking forward to seeing those games, as both these teams seem to have a lot of promise, and we'll see how far they're able to get this year.
Indeed. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back, hopefully with that interview. Hang with us for 30 seconds.